to progress in San Diego. Ordinary people doing extraordinary things. My name is Walter Davis and I'm your host. We're going to be conducting an interview today with Farhad Sorourifar on America, Solar Saves America, excuse me. And I also want to bring to your attention, as you can see here, my computer is on the table. There's a capacity to interact with us during our broadcast live. So if you find an interest to become part of our broadcast remotely and ask questions, then simply look at the website that's going to come up toward the end of the broadcast and the telephone number for more information about how you can become involved with our live webcast. But I'm really honored to have you on my show. So it's a real pleasure that I get a chance to interview you. Now, tell me something about your background. How did you get involved with solar power?
Well, it all started when I moved to this country when I was about 13 years old. And there was the gas shortage back then, the gas shortage of the 70s, and made an effect in me that people were standing in lines seeing that there's a shortage of gas, that actually for blocks, cars are parked and waiting to get gas. So I was thinking, there were some alternatives there, and I was a car enthusiast. And I learned about electric cars, and that actually you can plug it in and you can drive around just as well as a regular car. And so in high school, in my senior year in high school, I did a report on how to build an electric car. Mm-hmm. And I was an enthusiast back then, and I went to college and studied electronics, and I learned about solar power, and I actually started to convert a car, a regular old Volkswagen, to electric car. And that was in Ohio. So basically how it started, that's where it started. And when I was working on this car, converting into electric car, it was in the middle of the winter. And it's pretty cold in Ohio, and there was 2 feet of snow. Obviously, I couldn't work. So I was thinking, what if my apartment complex had a carport, and there was solar on the top with a charge point underneath, that we wouldn't have to use even coal to charge my electric car. That's where it all started. So after college, we started an organization called the National Association of Solar and Electric Vehicles. Mm-hmm. And that was the beginning of it. And we found out that, at that age, I didn't know much about the politics behind oil and coal and what it takes to move things forward. So that's how it all started.
I see. Now, what country are you from?
I was born in Iran.
Born in Iran. And you grew up in Ohio, you said? Here?
No, actually, I went to high school in Baltimore, Maryland, and then I moved to Columbus, Ohio for college, and I lived there for a while, and I moved to California, this beautiful, sunny San Diego, about 17 years ago.